Yo, what's up guys? Side5 Gaming here, GBO2 update number, what is it, 19? I think it is now. You are looking at the Dom Barrage. Pretty cool looking 3-star support suit. Gigantic 7-barrel Gatling gun. Really freaking awesome looking. Also has packs of missiles in its skirt in the front there, as you can see. Also packing a long range, like where the flashbang normally is, that thing right there. It actually fires a particle, like a particle shot out. So it's pretty neat. There you go. Overhead slam, all of ZAML. And I've been in a couple matches with them so far. Seems pretty cool. It is a pretty big target. It's kind of like a mini ZAML. But it's pretty cool to see that, you know, like just that Gatling gun putting out damage from long range. You know, good DPS, good magazine. Unfortunately, I didn't get one in all the rolls that I did tonight. But we're gonna move on and look at what else is in the store. This one should be pretty quick. So you got a standard step-up system. I've already done mine, and unfortunately did not get the new suit. Got a bunch of weapons and stuff like that I needed though. So that's neat. But let's see, what is it? You know, I haven't even looked to see if the guy's where he would be in here for this photo. Really cool looking picture there of the suits defending the area. Pretty much what it is, you know. Your typical, it's kind of like a mobile Sea Whiz or something like that, you know, close-in weapon system, kind of area denial, and, you know, just kind of laying down hate in the DP store. So we got the GAN level 1 in the DP shop now. I already have one of those, so that's not going to pop up for me. Other stuff happened with the GAN today as well. Looks like the beam rifle with the Super Napalm level 2, Hyper Hammer level 2. I was lucky enough to get a Hyper Hammer level 2, so I didn't have to buy the level 1. That's awesome. I'm not sure what else. Let's see, no new custom parts, no new clothing. In the recycle center, we have the exam suits, level 2 for both. So that's the 400 cost version of Blue Destiny Unit 1 and the Ifrit Kai level, or yeah, Blue Destiny Unit 1 and Ifrit Kai. Both level 2, both 400. There you go. Main weapons, looks like the only thing I need is this saber. Might pick that up to complete my collection, and that's about it. The custom parts shop, nothing, not seeing anything crazy in there. Looks like what do we got? Field motor level 2, you know, enhances the turning speed. Ballistic level 2 and shield level 4. Now, there was a bunch of other stuff that came through in the way of balance changes. So for the added, you know, they usually add a couple levels of suits. So they added a level 3 for the Zaku 2 F2, and as well as the anti-aircraft gun level 3 as well. And if we come in here, let's see. So one of the other things they've changed, if you see here, Heat Hawk Enhanced, they have increased the damage of pretty much all the Heat Hawks. Let's see, who else got a Heat Hawk up here? Who's got a standard? So the Fritz helm, I don't know, that one has a standard Heat Hawk. So they increased the damage of the level 1 Heat Hawk to 1600 damage, and it says it scales, you know, through all the other levels as well. But the other cool thing is, not only did they increase the damage of the Heat Hawks, they increased the damage that most all melee weapons do to the shields. So you'll be able to take out shields a lot faster. You'll see people getting stunned from their shield, you know, getting blown up a lot more now. It seems like they're kind of trying to level out the playing field, and if you guys were watching the Drop Night video, I kind of talked about that as I was reading off these changes, that it's good. I think it's good, you know, because the Heat Hawks obviously have a much lower range, effective range, than the Federation's Beam Saber. So it's really nice to add more damage, that they're adding more damage to them, because I believe that they should do more damage than a Beam Saber. You know, because they just have much shorter range. Let's see, what else did we see in there? So they could, you know, more damage to those, more damage to the shields, and what else was there? They increased, well, I guess we can talk about the GAN. So they buffed the GAN up pretty good. They increased his base thruster stat. Let me see if I have an empty one. Well, you can see there, so 70 plus, you know, so plus, I have the +5 on there, so it's standard is 70 now, up from 65. And then they modified the needle shield to where it used to shoot a really far distance, but it was kind of useless at that maximum range anyway. So they dumbed its range to be as the same as a 100mm machine gun and the GBO2 machine gun, and they kind of made this thing more of a machine gun, if you will. You know, it's like kind of a mixture between a Vulcan and, you know, or a missile launcher and a machine gun, if you will, because it has, you know, only 30 rounds in the magazine. Well, you know what? I guess other guns have about 30 rounds in the magazine, but the MP-80 has like 35, something like that. So, yeah, it's shoots more like a gun now than you know, some kind of missile launcher. But they do go faster. It reloads faster. They have a better hitbox detection. You know, better chance to hit, and you can also stun people better or faster with it. So in the games that I played after tonight, I definitely saw tons of people breaking out the GAN. There was a GAN in every game. People testing out, you know, its new buffs. Let's see. They also changed the hide bomb. You'll notice that it travels faster across the ground. Like when it's just hovering in the air, it floats faster in a forward direction. It also does more damage. It's just pretty much got an overall buff to this weapon in general. Pretty good stuff. I think they just really wanted more people to use the GAN, so they just buffed them up pretty good. It was nice to see that they changed. I just went out and tested it right now. They adjusted the Dowage's movement. Let's see, where is he at? You can't. There's no stats or anything to see for it. But I was complaining about, you know, I already have a hard time with the Dom movement as it is because I don't play him very much, and you know, I was in the middle of a combo where if you're coming off a boost charge, or, you know, just normal boosting, it starts to glide and slide, you know, in that same, it carries on in that same direction, which can make it hard to complete multiple hit combos and stuff like that. So, and I was complaining about that from day one when I first got the Dwaj. So it's cool. What they did is they basically made it not glide as much. You can change direction quicker, so it's not as easier for people to pick you off when they see you moving, because they know that they can easily compensate for your left and right movement. You know, with such a big wide target as this Dom is, the new, it just feels a lot tighter. It's definitely what it is. You know, you can change direction quicker, and the controls respond better. The left stick just responds much better. So really happy with that. I like that. They changed the damage on the mass production gun cannon. Where he at? Right in here. Okay. So the gun cannon, it used to do something like, I don't know, it was ridiculous. It was like 530 damage because, you know, it's kind of I was like, damn, that now they buff it. I was using this thing, you know, almost the entire tournament. So, and I find that it's really easy to miss people with one with one of the cannon shots. So he fires, you know, obviously he fires both barrels, but like a lot of times I was only landing one shell, and so you only hit somebody for 530 damage. Just seems a lot very underwhelming. Now, I kind of thought that they did that because he has the precision shelling skill, which gives you 5% to firing modifier when crouching, and that's across everything. So you know, you heard me talking about how it enhances the, you know, the damage I was doing to Easy 8s with the dual machine guns. It enhances, you know, his Vulcans end up doing like 120 damage or something crazy like that. But now they buffed the basic damage to the cannons up to 680. So now it's going to be 680 plus your modifier plus another 5%. So when I'm kneeling with the modifiers I have there, I should be pumping out like plus 48% damage with that. Pretty cool. I think they adjusted something about the splash. That I couldn't quite understand what they were saying from the website, but I guess they're trying to stop people from using or reduce the effect of, you know, how if you hit with the gun cannon, and this is for the gun cannon and the Mass Pro gun cannon as well, I believe. Actually, you know what? Let me check what Cal wrote about it, because I know he already posted up all the notes. And thanks again to my man Invisible Cal on our subreddit. Always handy with the information right when it comes out. Okay, yeah, he says his cannon stagger value has been adjusted. He's in the same boat I am. I couldn't tell if it meant like a hitbox thing or not the stagger value, but the like how much it builds up. If you know, because obviously you stagger people right away with this thing. Is it maybe they just changed what type of stagger? I don't know, but what it seems like they were trying to stop is the combination of these two weapons, because pretty much every time I hit when I use the gun cannon, it's pretty easy. You know, you blast them with the cannon, you switch to the beam gun, boom, you get it's pretty much a guaranteed hit on most mobile suits. It's a guaranteed hit. So maybe they're trying to stop that guaranteed hit, that combo, from being as easy to pull off. I don't know. But it looks like Cal's in the same boat as me, because he says it's reduced with a question mark in parentheses on there. So I'm guessing he couldn't quite understand what they were saying either. Well, going across to one of the other things, I'm really happy about this. I know my boy Leo's going to be happy about this. They buffed up the Simplified missile launcher, otherwise known as the Boombox, to me and my friends. As you can see there, it used to only go like hit out to like 300 meters or something like that. They buffed it a whole 100 meters. I'm not really sure who would take the shot out at a 400 meter shot with these things, because the muzzle velocity on these isn't very high. You know, the missile's travel speed, I mean, you can see these things coasting through the air. So I don't know, I guess it's cool to always, I mean, I'm not going to complain about having extra range. I guess that's always cool. But they buffed it up pretty good. The extra range, what else did they do? They reduced the reload time, and it looks like they increased the stagger value of it. Because, you know, you don't really use this weapon to pull off a blast and hack. I've done it maybe once or twice, but, you know, it works best if you're just teaming up with somebody, and whenever you see somebody get knocked down, you just empty this magazine into somebody. You know, you can switch weapons to avoid firing all 4 shots, or make a boost movement to avoid firing all 4 shots if you wish. So it is a really fun weapon. It's one of my favorites in the game. But that's neat. So they reduced the reload time on this thing. I used to normally run a some kind of reload module, you know, to try and help aid in the reload speed of this thing. I think, see, do I still have one on here? I think I'll have it. I knocked it back down to level 1. I had a loadout that had, I tried running both reloader skills or reloader parts on here just to utilize the boombox a little bit more. So kind of glad I don't have to do that as much. Well, I still have to do some testing to see exactly how much they changed that reloading value. All the, as I said, you know, what was the other thing? Oh, the grenades. Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about it, especially in the R2 Hymo video, how his grenades do more damage than his main rocket launcher, right? So let's see. So let's see that one. It does like 10 less damage now. Okay, so if you have to take out level 1 and you're using level 1, that means that your Z grenades are going to be doing more damage than your giant bazooka at level 1. So level 1 bazooka, level 1 Z grenade, or hand grenade Z enhanced, and you're doing way more. You're doing more damage with the grenade. Kind of crazy. I remember reading during the show that all the grenades, pretty much all the grenades except this one, they have increased damage. Now, including this grenade, they all do more damage to the head. And it's really funny because I actually threw a really long range grenade shot and hit somebody in the face with it as they were coming back around a corner during one of today's games. So not really that hard, you know, if you see them stable or stationary, it's not hard to bomb people in the head with a hand grenade. I use them all the time. I love them. I try to get more people to use them. So I'm really happy with this balance change because it just made all the grenades across the board more powerful. They're trying to get people to use, let's see, so I think the Zaku Kai, so he's got the standard one. This one got a damage buff, and who's got, here we go. So in the FS had a cracker, and you know, I always complained about, these things used to do like, I don't know, somewhere like 860 damage, something kind of dinky for what it was. And they have a really cool, you know, visual effect, but they don't do damage in that wide of an area. Like the effect is way bigger than its effective kill radius. So they enhance its damage a lot, as you can see now, doing 1250 damage for. Well, this is a level 6 though. Let me see what we have here. Let's find it. Let's take it down to 300. Okay, so 1150, and this is still a level 4 grenade. Either way, they boost the standard cracker, do more damage, a lot. As again, same thing with the head, and then I think they also said something about, what was it? Stagger. That now that some grenades, you know, I pull off a stagger with some grenades. I usually don't try and go after a melee hit on those, but you know, they do have an enhanced stagger value. So same thing here. Now we're looking at a cracker enhanced, way more damage there. Level 3, 1370, really cool. I'm happy with that. Again, can't be mad about them enhancing my hand grenades because I like to use those things all the damn time. And that goes for the Fetty grenades as well. Let me see if they bust up the ones that I get a lot of kills in the 200 cost games with this standard hand grenade. Yep, that's looking good. 1100 damage. That's going to do some good damage on a support suit. I like it. Still going forward. This step up system was a standard step up system. You couldn't see mine because I already did mine, but I think everybody's keeping track of the December, you know, because everybody's expecting Alex and Camphor for around Christmas time. So next week the decorations should go up, and the Alex and Camphor banner, I guess, or whatever event, it should pop up by then. And let's see, I think other than that, that's gonna do it, guys. Well, and thanks again to who was it? We had Dave, Alex, Lock On, and I think Charlie was helping me out in the chat yesterday for the show. Thanks to everybody who came by. I know we had a lot of viewers in there. Really appreciate everybody stopping by and checking it out. All the guys who came over from the GAS community, good to see you guys there. And I will see you next time.